Quick Crypto, bringing you quick Casper news. Over time, we have been seeing the gradual growth in adoption for Casper, so much so that now the Bitcoin Maxis, the OG crypto investors, and now the huge institutions have begun to jump ship from the godfather being Bitcoin and start to express their belief in the next big thing, being Casper. The reason why is because Bitcoin has failed to fulfill Satoshi's original vision as a peer-to-peer electronic currency. And no, that is not just me stating that. This is actually what the co-creator of the blockchain and one of the few men quoted in the original Satoshi white paper, W. Scott Stornetta, also states as well in this interview. But we'll get into that in a little bit, because what I want to talk about first is what a man named Max Keiser predicted recently regarding the shift in the energy sector. Now, if you're not aware who Max Keiser is, he is a prominent figure in the crypto world. He is a venture capitalist at Heisenberg Capital and a co-host of the popular Max and Stacy report. He holds notable achievements in the form of a US patent for his groundbreaking virtual specialist technology, which served as the foundation of the Hollywood Stock Exchange, which is a very, very big deal. He played a pivotal role as an early investor in Bitcoin and various Bitcoin related startups, and is a global speaker on crypto. With over 500,000 followers on Twitter, closing in at 600k, by all means, he is an expert in this space, an OG in this space. And in this video right here, he predicts that the energy sector will soon use Bitcoin to transact, which is huge news. So take a listen.
So, and just like software ate the world during the 70s and 80s, and every company in the world became essentially a software company. You know, car companies are a software company, airlines are a software company. All value will become priced in Bitcoin. Everything will be priced in Bitcoin, particularly energy. I would say the next big prediction, I'll make a prediction here, is that within 24 months, all the major global energy contracts will be priced in Bitcoin, not dollars. And that will be the end of the fiat money world as we know it officially, and the beginning of the Bitcoin epoch.
Now, this is very, very big news, because he is completely right, but he's also wrong. This shift is inevitable. Crypto will soon be used to transact in the energy sector, but it won't be Bitcoin. It will be the Bitcoin 2.0, because unbeknownst to him, this shift is already underway with a much more versatile coin being Casper through the KII. The KII was launched recently, and they have expressed their interest and belief that Casper is more capable and efficient as a means to transfer value than Bitcoin, while also sticking to the core principles and visions of Satoshi Nakamoto. The KII was created in partnership with DII Desert Energy, thanks to the common connection with the chairman, Paul Van Son, and board member Rory O'Neill right here, also working for DI Desert Network, all with the goal to integrate the superior monetary technology of Caspers into the energy sector as a more efficient and secure reserve currency. As you heard in this interview, Max Keiser predicted that the shift will happen in the next 24 months, so in 2 years at least, we will see Casper, in his opinion, at the forefront of transactions in the energy sector, which is huge news. And this sort of position will drastically increase institutional and retail adoption and belief in the future of Casper as a project. And believe it or not, you should already know, but we are already starting to see some of these developments bear fruit, as Panda from the KII media team confirms that, again, thanks to KII and DII common chairman and board members, there will be official institutional partnerships coming to Casper in the coming weeks. With this announcement being made 2 weeks ago, it could really be any day now. Not to mention that at some point next month in September, the KII are holding an enterprise event where they will be discussing support measures for the KII Launchpad and also for enterprise platforms to connect with Casper. This is huge news, and conveniently, as the KRC20 blockchain is scheduled to be released either at the end of this month or early September, we could likely see multiple major catalysts and developments occurring with Casper all at once nearing the end of this month. It's this sort of research and development that makes me so bullish in this project's future, and there are many more cryptos with great potential as well. In my opinion, the next 18 months will be the most important in your life in this crypto space, which is why I recently created a free to join community Discord server, where in this community together we are all working to increase our knowledge to find the true money makers, the true crypto gems, to be a part of the biggest wealth transfer in history. Already over 150 members in just 1 week from I launched it. We are growing so quickly and we are all learning so much already, so by all means come and be a part of the family. The link to join will be in the description below. But yeah, ultimately the KII, they are much more influential than you may imagine. This will be massive for Kaspa, and will allow Kaspa to potentially become even more dominant than Bitcoin, as it's truly used for what it's envisioned to be, a peer-to-peer electronic currency, a medium of exchange, not just a store of value, which is effectively confirmed in these interviews here with W. Scott Stornetta, in this one here and also in this one. The first one here, we can hear him stating that Bitcoin has strayed too far from Satoshi's original goals. Take a close listen.
He is W. Scott Stornetta, widely regarded as the co-inventor of the blockchain. His papers from the early 1990s, such as his 1991 paper, How to Timestamp a Digital Document, co-written with Dr. Stuart Haber, laid the foundation for Bitcoin. Stornetta was one of the few people cited in Satoshi Nakamoto's original Bitcoin white paper.
What Satoshi birthed is a wonderful thing, but it no longer has peer-to-peer characteristics for the vast majority of players. It is not the disinflationary thing that he had hoped for, because it's still quite volatile. And it's not anonymous like cash. So let's be realistic about the great work Satoshi did, but the fact that it falls far short of the initial goals laid out. And so I think the reason I'm spending so much time on that in trying to respond to your question is, let's start with a realistic baseline about what Bitcoin is today, is already. And then in that context, we can look at this question of whether increased centralization will take place, whether it's really more a store, becomes a store of value, which it already has. It really isn't yet. Lightning Network examples and things of their ilk notwithstanding, it's really not predominantly a medium of exchange. Do I have hopes for down the road that things built on top of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies will take on more the nature of a medium of exchange and over time a unit of account? I have near to midterm hopes on medium of exchange. Unit of account, I think that's going to be the very last one to be realized.
So yeah, sorry Bitcoin maxis, but when you open your eyes to the bigger picture, which evidently Scott Stornetta can do so, which many of Bitcoin maxis have done so as well now, like Lucky for example, 2.2 million followers and also now accepts Kaspa, you will see that Bitcoin has failed, especially as W. Scott Stornetta also states in this interview that Bitcoin's centralization will only accelerate from here, straying even further away from Satoshi's original vision.
What Satoshi built on top of what Stuart and I had done is a great work of genius. Okay, I don't mean to take anything away from Satoshi, but even if we measure him against his own goals, namely the goals outlined in the title of the paper, first, we really don't have cash. Okay, Bitcoin is highly traceable. Okay, we really don't have stable peer-to-peer. Yes, the word peer-to-peer appears in the title, but it is only natural that we see this aggregation of assets, whether in the private sector or wherever. It's already taken place. For the vast majority of users, people are not hanging out a shingle with their own node and trading directly with other nodes. For the vast majority of users, there's already a centralization step that has taken place. And I think that is only going to accelerate.
So yes, again, Bitcoin has failed, but respect to what Bitcoin has done so far, laying the groundwork for Kaspa to step in and finish what it started to be the perfect medium of exchange, the perfect peer-to-peer electronic currency, and the KII. And what they are building is proof of that belief. What they're trying to build right now will allow Kaspa to take over the financial and energy sector, especially, to be a medium of exchange. And it's not just the KII, Marathon as well, another massive institution, recently diversified their portfolio from only mining Bitcoin, and now they've added to mining Kaspa as well, which is huge news. They are also growing more and more in adoption, as they are now raising $250 million, $250 million to buy more Bitcoin, which is huge news. Potentially this is promising as well for Kaspa in the future, as Kaspa's hash rate continues to rise higher and higher, making more all-time highs. This is important because this also showcases the increase in adoption and security of the proof of work project. Therefore, this will generate more investor confidence as well in the future to be. And we cannot forget, we still have more tier 1 exchanges itching to list Kaspa, as it seems. Kraken recently added Kaspa to their roadmap. Binance added a zero fees mining pool on top of their Kaspa futures market already. Not to mention, there's also connections with Kaspa and the likes of OKX and Coinbase as well, which if you want to know more, then I'll make a video covering that in detail at a later date, or why not tune into my daily live streams where you can ask me to explain it then. But ultimately, there is a lot of very bullish catalysts to look forward to buckle up. I don't believe Kaspa will stay this cheap forever, for much longer even, so do your own research, come chill, chat and learn more in the free Discord server, again linked down below, and remember, don't be emotional, be logical.